Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to UX Unleash. I'm Achillia, and that's
My name is Rikayat. What's going on?
and we're gonna start learning R using W3Schools. Super excited. They don't have a video, so we are gonna be the video struggle slash progress with us. Woo, yeah. So I'll just read it out loud, I guess, or we could take turns. R is a programming language. R is often used for statistical computing and graphical presentation to analyze and visualize data. Start learning R now. Woo! Yay. Did I skip something? Should I go back? Or,
No, you didn't
okay,
skip. This is the intro.
okay. So, do you want to read the intro or should I keep reading?
I can go on. So what is R? Okay, you already explained that. So why use R? It is a great resource for data analysis, data visualization, data science, and machine learning. It provides many statistical techniques such as statistical tests, classification, clustering, and data reduction. It is also an open source and it's free, and it has a
Per.
large community support. So, and if you want to like get into like data analysis, you actually like need R and SQL. So we're actually learning R right now.
Yes, and R is free. I love free. Um,
So like let's get started.
ooh, fun. How to install.
So in order to get started with R, you need to like download. Yeah, you need to install R in your computer or whichever one you use on your desktop. So yeah, I think that's the first thing you need to do.
Yeah, you guys can go to W3, click on tutorials, click over here on the right hand side. You're going to find R, and then you'll be able to see the how to install option and do that on your own time. The cool thing about W3 is even though you should download it, you could also practice like within the W3 platform. So, for example, here they're using 5 plus 5, and then it equals 10. So, let's check it out. So,
So you can run it.
yeah, it already run because it's 5. So, let's change the number to C. So,
6.
11. Look at that. Woo!
Okay, let's try to do go on the next line and try to like do impute 6 plus 7.
Imputes.
That's a word.
Oh, input. Oh, my goodness. I don't know why my brain wasn't understanding what you were saying there. I don't know if that's how R works. Does it? Can you do that? I think so. That
I
would.
think there's a
Oh yeah, that
space.
makes
Okay,
sense.
yeah. Okay, this
All right.
doesn't give you an error if you don't put the right space in.
Huh. Well, maybe it's just this because it might just be W3. Maybe that's not how R actually works.
Okay, maybe when
So
you like install R on your desktop, you can try that and see.
yeah, we'll figure that out later. I have it on my desktop already. They also have something called R Studios where you could like do it online. But for that one, it's like limited for the free version. You get a specific amount of space or time that you could use to get it for free. So you guys could do more research into what that looks like. But yeah, let's continue. So, sequence. So, to output text in R, use single or double quotation marks. So, for example, hello
Hello
world.
world.
Oh my goodness, LOL. So this would just give us back hello world. And then
Yeah.
to output numbers without quotes, like we did before, 5 plus 5. So numbers, no quotes. For words, you need quotes. I guess it's like strings, right? Like,
Yeah.
how do you define what a string is for people that don't know what a string is?
So
If you don't know, we could Google. Oh, well, look, they're going to tell us eventually. So just wait. We'll get there.
okay. I was going to tell you though, but
Okay, tell us. Come on now, genius.
Okay, string is actually like a sequence of character that actually represents
Mm,
text,
okay.
numbers,
Mm-hmm.
binaries, and
Okay.
datas. I
Per
just thank you.
data queen. She already knows. Look at that. You guys got it firsthand how to basically what a string is. That's cool. I completely forgot that you could put numbers for strings too. So
Yeah.
as long as it's in the quotation marks. So yeah, let's go. So output. Do you want to read this one?
Okay. I actually have a print function available if you want to use it. So this might be useful if you're familiar with other programming languages such as Python, which often use the print function to output code. Okay, this is actually like similar to Python. So in Python, you actually like put like print hello world, and it's going to like give you like hello world. I think for SQL, you actually don't need like the prints or anything. You just need to like put select for SQL, and it's going to like give you the output you actually you're actually looking for. So
Mm,
let's try this out and see the output it gives us.
this one or this one?
The print hello world. Let's see that.
Yep.
Yeah, hello world.
Yep.
So let's go to the next one. There are times you must use the print function to output code. For example, when working with for loops, which you'll learn more about later in the chapter. So for the for loops, let's try this out. Okay, it says for x in 1 to 10, print x. So they're asking you to print um they're asking you to print the x. So for, the x in this particular function is 1 to 10. It's asking you to like type 1 to 10, and which you actually like did in the output.
Mm-hmm. Okay, teacher. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so that's really interesting though. R is really interesting. It so far doesn't seem that hard. And you know what's so funny? I've completely forgot about Python. I wonder if Python is easier than R or if R is easier than Python.
We'll find out. Let's keep going.
We're gonna find out eventually. All right, so I'll do this one. So comments can be used to explain our code to make it more readable. It can also be used to prevent execution when testing alternative codes. Comment starts with a hashtag or pound, whatever you call that. When executing code, R will ignore anything that starts with a hashtag or pound. This example used below for comment. So hashtag this is a comment. So the only thing that will come up should be hello world. The comment wouldn't show. Let's check it out. Yep. Hello world. So for example, if we did hashtag blah 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 blah, then this foolishness shouldn't come out here. It should only show hello world, and we could also put one, and there it goes. Blah
Yay.
blah 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 does not show up, so that's cool. And the examples, you could use it like either in a straight line or like this in like a paragraph way, I guess. It doesn't matter like where you put the comment, it's still not going to show up when you execute the code. So yeah. So unlike other programming languages such as Java, there's no syntax in R for multiple line comments. However, we can just insert a hashtag for each line to create multiple line comments like this here. So this is like paragraph form, multiple lines, but you're only going to be seeing hello world like we could see here again. Yep. So
Okay, let's keep going.
this makes it seem too
Um,
easy so far, but I know it's gonna get hard.
This is still the beginning stage. I
Right.
mean,
Oof.
it can be easy. You don't know.
Yes, we'll find out. Stay tuned. So do you want to make this our last thing that we talk about, or do you want to just stop because variables is like a whole other check mark?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, I think we can just do variables and we just end at variables.
Okay, so we're gonna go into variables today with you guys. So let's get into it. Uh,
Okay.
okay, go ahead.
Okay, I'll just go. So what are variables to start with? Variables are containers for storing data values. And so what they're saying by here is that R does not have a command for declaring a variable. A variable is created the moment you first assign a value to it. To assign a value to a variable, you actually need to use this sign. I don't know what this sign is called,
Less than
but as you
sign
can
and a
see,
s. What is this? Bracket? Ugh, I forgot now. I just know that the
is
first part
there a
is.
less than or greater than
It's a yeah. I think you have to put the less than and then that. I don't think there's
a
any sign like
dash?
that on your dash. I don't think there's any
You won't find a space sign like that on your keyboard though,
unless
but
you got some really
um
advanced keyboard.
oh okay, let's keep going. So right here, they use the sign of name, John, age, which is 40. Then they actually like made a comment at the bottom where name comments the output should be John and the output should be 40. So let's try that out. So yes, it gave us John. The output gave us John, and it gave us 40. So that's it.
Let's test something out. I'm curious. If
Also,
I put color,
an interesting thing right here that I actually found out is that for the age, there wasn't any variable for the age. There wasn't a quotation mark for the age, but it's still actually like it still gave us the outputs
because
that
this is a number,
the correct outputs. Oh, it's that's straight in numbers, so
it's an
it
integer.
doesn't.
Only if it has like this thing, quotation marks, it would be a string. But because it's a number, you don't need to
Yeah,
put what is it, quotation marks.
yeah, a quotation mark. Thank you for the correction. It's not an interesting thing anymore. Anyway, it's still an interesting thing, but thank you for the correction. Um, let's go. Okay, these are print output variables. Compared to many other programming languages, you don't have to use a function to print variables in R. We can just type the name of the variable. So like what they did here is still the same thing as what they did above earlier on. Let's keep going.
Okay.
However, R does not have a function available if you want to use it. So this might be useful if you're familiar with other programming languages such as Python. Name is John Doe. So it says in the other the comment print name, you have to print the value of the name variable. I think let's keep going. We can try the example at the bottom. This example at the bottom is similar to the example we've actually like seen earlier on, where it actually asks you to print 1 to 10 using the for loop.
So try it. Is not the same exact example?
Let's see if it's the same, but I believe it's the same. Yeah, it is.
Did we read
So we
this
can
thing
just go
here?
to the next.
You already read
Okay,
this?
so the conclusion, it is up to you if you want to use the print function or not to output code. However, when your code is inside an R expression, for example, inside the curly braces, like in the example above, use the print function if you want to output the results. Next.
Okay. Um, what the heck is that word? Is that concate? Concatenate?
Concatenate.
Concatenate. Oh, geez. We're just gonna call it C elements, you guys.
A big word.
Because that's a lot. Okay, so you can also see or join two or more elements by using the paste function to combine both text and a variable. R uses the comma. So, for example, here the text is awesome. So you're assigning that when you put text, it's going to be awesome. So paste, and then R is text, and so it should be R is awesome. Let's check it out. Yep, R is awesome. So, did I explain that properly? Did that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So you can also use comma to add variable to another variable. So for example, text one is R is, text two is awesome. So paste text one to text two and you'll get R is awesome once again. Yep. I think I like this way a lot better than the first way. It looks easier than, well, I guess it's the same thing. Never mind. Um, for numbers, the plus character works as a mathematical operator. Number one is 5, number two is 10, so number one plus number two is 15. Let's see. Yep.
Absolutely.
Woo woo. All right, so why is this? Okay, if you try to combine string text and a number, R will give you an error, which makes sense. So you would have to either put quotations on the number to make it both string, but you can't combine it together. So let's see. Yep.
No, it gave an error.
But if you would have changed this to be like quotations, then it should work then, right? Be 5 some
Try.
text. Plot
It's to give
twist.
an error
Oh wait, is it
because
because
error
this is
in
a
num plus text.
So if I
Num
change this to be
numbers argument to a
text,
binary operator, so you can't.
oops, I have to change this to be text.
You it,
Oh, you can't add.
you can't add both because you can't add a number,
That's.
an integer and a text together.
But I'm change it to a
It's
quotation.
still going to give you an error, except if you actually like put it as text.
Okay, that's weird. I mean, I put it to text, but it's still not picking up. So I guess just the number itself won't pick up. I'm guessing.
Maybe you should try to like change it to like change the number to a text. Let's see.
Like actually type out 5. If I type it out, it's gonna show up because it's a word. Or not.
We still give an error.
I think it's just the plus sign. I just think you can't add text, maybe.
Yeah, it says non-numeric argument to binary operator.
So if there's anyone else that's more advanced in R, please let us know what it is. Because I don't know if it's the plus sign itself because there's a text you can't add it, or that's what I'm assuming since I changed the text, the 5 to a text, and it was still not working. It was giving an error still. But anyways, next. Okay, so I guess we're just going into an example. So R allows you to assign the same value to multiple variables in one line. So variable 1, 2, and 3 is orange. So this will be orange, orange, orange. Let's see. Yep, orange, orange, orange.
Okay. Next. Okay. For this one, it says a variable can have a short name like X and Y, or a more descriptive name, age, car name, total volume. Rules for our variables are a variable name. A variable name must start with a letter and can be a combination of letters, digits, period, and underscore. If it starts with a period, it cannot be followed by a digit. A variable name cannot start with a number or underscore. Variable names are case sensitive. So age, lowercase age, and uppercase A, and the rest G, and the many GE lowercase and age are 3 different variables. So variables actually like very case sensitive. So reserved words cannot be used as variables such as true, false, null, or if. So let's move on to the example. So let's try it out and see.
There's nothing to try. It's just showing you what the legals
Okay,
are.
it says an illegal variable name. So my variable John. Interesting. So illegal variable name. That's. I think this kind of makes sense though, because I mean you won't want to like do my underscore variable or my underscore v as a John, which actually doesn't make sense in any way.
Yeah, and
So
also
yeah,
this is wrong because this is an actual statement. Like this is something that you use for the code, like when you're looking for something. So that's why you can't
yeah.
use
To
true or
say, let's
false.
assume you are saying that if X is true, then it's going to be apple, and if Y is false, it's going to be orange. So you can actually like use that in this, like what Julia said earlier.
Okay, well, that's it, you guys. We went from all the way from intros, looking at syntax, comments, and all about variables. So next time we're going to be going into data types in R. Thanks for tuning in, and bye.
Bye.